Witam wszystkich w kolejnym odcinku z gry Niezwyciężony. Kolejny odcinek z serii. Kontynuujemy prawie do ostatniego momentu. Bo na tej chorągiewce się zbagowałem. Zobaczymy, jak teraz to będzie. Czy uda się bez baga. Dobra, mamy sygnał górskiego chyba. A, ta sonda. Czyli no kawałek nas cofło.
Can't be completely broken if you picked up a signal. I'd say it's running in safe mode. Please try to power it on.
Do we have time for this?
It's for a good reason.
O, to musimy aktywować od początku. No sobie tam to przepadło wtedy po tym zablokowaniu się o flagę i skałki. Przekręcaliśmy.
No, stop. Wait for my instructions. There's a button on the left side of the fuse box. Hold it, and then turn the dial again. Now go ahead.
Slide records?
Correct.
I didn't know we had access to them.
You couldn't have known. This is not standard procedure. But as they say, extremis malice, extrema remedia.
Let's take a look.
Dobra, to mamy tutaj te slajdy z tej kapsuły. Z tej sondy.
A photo of the first days on the surface. They started exploring the littoral zone almost immediately.
To już widzieliśmy w poprzednim odcinku. No, możemy sobie trochę szybciej to przewinąć. Miejmy tylko nadzieję, że znowu się nie zbaguje nic.
Three crew members are still there. Dr. Gorski must have left already.
We lost contact shortly thereafter.
The probe followed him, and he followed the detector's readings.
Going after those metal structures.
Yes, that's what I meant.
What's next?
Skały, kamienie, szum.
Last slide. There's mostly noise.
Nothing in particular stands out to you, Doctor. They were digging and suddenly, poof, people are dead?
No need to shout, Astrogator. I'm just letting you know what.
Pole elektromagnetyczne.
Hang on. An absurdly high electromagnetic field reading.
That's something. Sort of. What are the earlier readings?
Checking. Still high in the slide just before. And earlier, quite normal.
Nie w tą stronę przewijaliśmy.
It happened in a matter of seconds. But there's nothing except dunes. Sand, a few rocks, a shadow.
Shadow.
Another sandstorm, I guess.
All right, Doctor. Let's move on. You may turn on the fuses now. We'll take the probe with us.
No to odpalamy machinę. Działa, Bobo. Działa, Gucio, będzie latał za nami.
Now I can give commands to the probe. And what do you see? Is it working correctly?
If you run it on manual steering, sir, then it works just fine.
That's exactly what I'm doing. You have a keen eye. I'll put it in auto mode. From now on, it will follow you, Doctor.
If it's useful, then okay.
You don't like machines, Jasna?
I don't like being followed.
1 second. That's odd. There's no data in the probe's memory.
O, tu się zbagowaliśmy.
Do you want to give it a new ID? Name it, basically. After all, it'll be with you for a while. So, what's it going to be?
Huh. A name for the teleprobe. All right. I can think of something.
Copy that. I'm listening.
Chyba ossa było, no.
Please enter B. B-E-E.
Done. Now, a few more tweaks.
Pszczółka.
And you'll have a
Nie no,
flying
osa.
measurement center at your
Pszczoła.
disposal.
Pszczoła bez czoła. Będzie coś tu widać stąd? Dobra, chowamy. Idziemy szukać tego górskiego. Jak tu teraz zejść? Z tą flagą coś mogę zrobić? Nie.
Jasna? Everything's all right?
Yes. Yes. I just need a moment to think.
As soon as you find something,
I'll report it. No worries, sir.
Dobra, to schodzimy.
I don't see these metal structures anywhere.
the only surface structure
The detector's measurement is very clear. I'm going straight on.
no crossroads, branches.
Not yet. Just one thick, tangled vein.
Jak po sznurku, no to idziemy. Na mapa co pokaże? No dobra, to idziemy. Detektor metali.
I guess I found the first point.
You guess? You have to be sure, Doctor.
Well, I'm at the first clear branching of these structures, such as reported by Dr. Gorski.
All right. What happened next?
Rozgałęzienie.
He followed the branch to the right. Another thing he reported was a massive vertical structure.
Dobra, to idziemy w prawo. Do pionowego... Do pionowej struktury jakiejś.
Hello, B.
Cześć, osa. Osa bez nosa. Nie no, ale giereczka ładnie wygląda. Trzeba to przyznać. Już wiadomo, że to jest tytuł, który bardziej dla fabuły się powinno przechodzić. O, jest masywna struktura.
I see that in the readings. What is it exactly?
Ale dużo przyjemniej się gra, jak się... Jak jest co oglądać.
Now I think I'll apply for my own.
As soon as you find Dr. Gorski, I'll see to it myself. All right. How about that point? What does it look like? What caught the
Własna
doctor's
sonda.
attention?
Podziemne rusztowanie o pionowym przebiegu. Jabłek organiczny, ale z metalu może.
It looks like some kind of organic formation. A root system? Maybe these structures have the ability to expand. Somehow.
Shouldn't they be organic then?
Ah, that's the problem. They look organic, but they're not.
No, teraz jakiś zbiornik wodny trzeba gdzieś szukać.
The next point, the third one, is a metal bundle running along the bottom of some water reservoir.
Interesting. An object as such should be easy to locate.
To szukamy zbiornika wodnego. O, to nas chyba poprowadzi. Zaparowała nam szybka. Jak za szybko chodzimy. Zdyszała nam się jasna. Może taką gierkę by lepiej było nagrać bez komentarza. Jako same takie czyste przejście. Bez zbędnego gadania. Jest oczko wodne.
There's the water.
And the metal bundle?
As expected. It's at the bottom. Before you ask, sir, there's little to say about it.
Right. So how many are left?
2 points. Or at least that's what he told Cobble. What he did next? It's hard to assess.
The battery and the detector last for only a few hours, so he couldn't have gone much further.
Dobra, będziemy musieli chyba przez to oczko iść.
The fourth point is a structure that fills a rock massive, on top of which he found surface structures.
Sounds like a crucial node in this whole system.
Dobra, to chyba idziemy dalej tutaj. Oflagowane ma być. Skoro bateria trzyma, to trzeba korzystać z tego detektora. O, ślady butów.
Gotcha. I found his tracks. Finally, some tangible evidence that he was going this way.
Good. It's downhill all the way, Doctor.
I wouldn't be so sure, Astrogator. The next point is at a height of approximately 100 meters. Definitely uphill.
Tam chyba do góry jest. Właśnie, co jak go nie
I
znajdziemy?
didn't find him at all.
You will. Just follow his tracks carefully. According to our records, it's been no more than 6 hours since he was here. Think about it, Doctor. On a cosmic scale, it's nothing.
Well, on a human scale, it could mean the difference between life and death. I think we have the fourth point.
Punkt czwarty jest.
I confirm. It's the fourth one. I see our flag.
Może on gdzieś będzie na dole tu. Gorące źródło, że tak paruje? Flara? Nie, lawa. Oj, nawet osiągnięcie wpadło.
The structures undergo noticeable changes here. If it keeps growing at this rate, I don't know what I'll find at the end.
What kind of growth are you talking about, Doctor? Depth, width, complexity level?
In every aspect.
Interesting. Do you think these veins lead
To jest
somewhere?
sama sztywna struktura?
I'm leaning more and more towards that conclusion. I can't tell what we might expect at the end, if it ends at all.
Czy to? Ciężko stwierdzić chyba. Brakuje mi tu jakiegoś bardziej rozbudowanego interfejsu i dubbingu, nie? To jest ta struktura jakaś big. Może gdzieś tu będzie na górze leżał.
This mission drags on so much. Sometimes I think you're gonna take off without me, sir.
Don't count on it, Doctor. I'm not going anywhere. 3, 2, 1.
The land is departing.
Yes, they're on their way. Thank you for your assistance. Without your help, it would have taken much longer.
What's the plan for the second flight? The same place?
That would work best. Certain, proven. When you and Dr. Gorski come back, I'll send the lander right away.
To oni polecieli, a nas zostawił. Zostawił Jasną i tego Górskiego. Ciekawe, czy przyśle po nas coś, czy zostaniemy tutaj na tej planecie? Na tych skałach? Co, prosto, czy tu może?
I've reached the
Tu
top.
chyba.
The doctor discovered something new from here. Something he called bushes.
I've heard that term before.
To są chyba
Their
krzaki.
conversations between Koval and Gorski.
No, Jasna. You're the one who reported it to me. Right after you landed.
Seriously? Well, I don't see anything like it now, sir.
O, jest nasza flaga. Czy nasza Górskiego flaga.
Wait. Koval noted down the parameters. Azimuth 350. Distance 200 meters.
350, 200.
I'm sending the probe.
Z tego punktu ma być widoczne. Tam.
Got it. I see the bushes.
And the doctor?
Hard to tell. Visibility is poor. It's going to be harder than before. I don't know how the doctor...
When it comes to finding a safe route, there won't be a problem. But you'll have to get there on your own 2 feet.
I suppose the probe will carry out the first task. It's capable yet?
Of course. I set the environment analysis mode. The probe will calculate the best route between your location and your destination. It'll guide you along the defined path. The calculations will only take a moment.
A teraz co, mamy tam iść z buta, tak? O, leci osa. Osa nam podpowie, jak się tam dostać. O, jak szybko przyleciała.
Hi, Bee. Lead the way.
Dobra, to biegniemy za nią.
I must say, it's a clever device, this probe of ours. Hey, can it fly for this long?
Yes. Longer than you can stand on your feet.
Sounds like the perfect research unit. Maybe
Może latać i
even
latać.
human.
Well, let's not exaggerate.
Of course, I wasn't being serious. However helpful they may be, they're
Żarcik
still just
kosmonaucik.
tools in the hand of man, often faulty.
No, prowadź, prowadź, śmiało. Skok wiary? Nie, przepaść.
Oh, we have a problem.
Something serious?
I already mentioned the faulty machines, right?
O,
Well,
wadliwość
the route
maszyn.
determined by the algorithm goes over a chasm.
I can repeat the command.
No. I'll go around.
Unfortunately, this is an outdated model. Such mistakes are inevitable. But the perception module itself has already been greatly improved.
Damy se radę jakoś.
Accuracy increases exponentially.
Exponentially? Can you imagine us, proteinaceous creatures, developing so quickly, sir?
No, not in the course of evolution. You can't perfect a person like that.
That's right, you can't. We
No,
wait
udało
thousands
się.
of years for visible changes.
Oh, have you started to fear for your position?
Well, everything indicates that the clear distinction between humans and robots will soon disappear.
And then what?
We won't be limited by our own abilities. Robots will excel in areas where we either cannot.
No tak,
or do
roboty
not
będą
want to
doskonalsze tam, gdzie
supply.
człowiek nie będzie mógł dać rady.
They will do the dirty work for us.
And we'll just sit in the warm privacy of a laboratory? Send them to the other side of the universe?
Yeah, that's one example.
Well, I don't know.
Shh, Astrogator. Can you hear that?
What am I supposed to be hearing?
That's the point. Nothing. Silence. We're talking about robots, and Dr. Gorski still hasn't spoken on the channel.
Well, I don't know. He must be a long way from here.
Gdzie on może być, ten górski? Tu chyba są dopiero te krzaki.
Dr. Gorski, are you here somewhere?
Może w tych chaszczach będzie leżał.
These bushes are kind of weird.
You better stay away, Doctor. I'd like a brief description. Just keep a distance.
Allow me to use the language I would use to describe living forms, sir.
Of course.
So they look like pituitary, brush-like formations.
Pędzlaste.
They can be singular, though in some locations they create a uniform thicket that covers the walls of the ravine in a rusty brush-like layer. They're high, more or less, from 1 to several meters. They grow out of cracks in the bare rock. That's how it looks, to put it briefly.
Rosną
You
na
also
skałkach.
venture to guess their significance? Some function, purpose?
Staying on the topic of biological analogies,
Może energię
which
pozyskują.
in itself is already a major scientific distortion.
Yes, I understand. These are not real plants.
But if they were plants, those protruding parts climbing up, they would serve to obtain energy, mainly solar. Astrogator, Gorski's not here. I'm afraid he continued to explore. And if he went
Wszedł
where
w ten
I think
tunel?
he did, he might have lost contact with the camp as well as Dragonfly.
So we will most likely lose contact too.
Possibly. Well, there's only one way to be certain. It's your decision, sir.
Please continue your search. We have to find him.
No to wchodzimy.
You may lose another crew member.
If you think so. Turn back now.
No, I won't. I can't
Idziemy.
leave him.
Jak zginiemy, to zginiemy.
It's just... I'm concerned.
It's understandable. Only a fool wouldn't have concerns.
The line's breaking up, but I understood. I'll let you know, sir, when I
komar
come out
zadokował.
of the tunnel.
Nie metalowe haszcze, ale chyba nic nam nie robią. Trochę płaskie te krzaki. O! Jakaś wizja, wspomnienie?
Altitude 24,000. Speed 250. Going smoothly, Hopper?
Wspomnienie z lądowania kapsułą?
Already at 12,000. Throttle down. 30 seconds till touchdown. Everything's looking good. Over?
Roger that. All systems work.
Altitude 5,000. Ignition 10%. I record data dropout, but otherwise still looking good. Entering final descent. 47 degrees.
Copy.
Bum!
Entering final.
No i wylądował.
Hopper has landed. I repeat, Hopper has landed.
Komar wylądował.
Astrogator, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Any side effects? Landing wasn't too hard on you?
All good? Spine still in one piece. No signs of overstrain. Not even shortness of breath.
Perfect. Hopefully the hike to camp goes just as smoothly.
I'm going outside.
Visibility?
100%. The dust has already settled.
Chrząszcz.
I've located the second lander.
Lądownik
Our people are
chrząszcz.
still on this planet.
Ah, very good. I was afraid they might try to fly off, which wouldn't be the best idea given the loss of communication with Dragonfly.
Sir, something's wrong.
What is it?
The hatch is half open. Did they report hydraulics failure?
How should I know? You were the last person in contact with the crew doctor.
Trzeba tam zajrzeć. Sprawdzimy chrząszcza.
I'm inside.
And? How is it?
For now, we have to assume that we are left with only one lander.
Is it that bad?
You don't need to be a technician to see that Beetle's lost its buzz.
That's
Po chrząszczu.
fortunate. I'm taking Hopper out of here. I'll send it directly to the camp as soon as we find a suitable landing zone.
Damy sobie
We've
radę.
gotten out of worse than this. Equipment breaks from time to time, that's normal. But now,
Go ahead. What's bothering you?
this lack of communication, it takes too long. Especially considering there's a cyberneticist amongst them.
Yes. It worries me too.
Co, nic nie mogę z tym zrobić? Z tym? Też nie. Dobra, to wychodzimy. Idziemy do obozu. Może to jest początek, jak tutaj w ogóle się dostaliśmy, tak? Asia, komar nasz? Siedzi jeszcze nasz komar. Jeszcze nie odleciał.
My legs feel really heavy.
Give yourself a moment to rest, Doctor. You certainly deserve it.
Nie, no nie będziemy odpoczywać. Idziemy dalej. Chyba, że teraz padnie.
Damn, you were right, Cobble. It's beautiful here.
Nie wiem, czy w tą stronę? są chyba te skały podobne co na początku były. W kształcie psa, igły. O, flaga.
I have an object in sight.
Co to jest?
This is where they searched the ocean's biocenosis.
Meaning, oh, where they caught that fish, right?
Yeah. They stopped here first, then walked along the coastline northward.
Correct. But I think you might consider taking a shortcut towards the east, straight to the camp.
Copy that. Heading east.
Dobra, to tutaj chyba, tak? Po linie? Nie. W tą stronę chyba. Albo tu? Tutaj east. Tylko gdzie będzie east? W którą stronę? W tą. Śmieci?
They stopped for a break.
How do you know? Are there any signs of the crew?
Some slob left litter here. Had no respect for an alien ecosystem at all.
No nieładnie się zachowali.
What kind of litter?
Cigarette butt, a crumpled pack.
So, taking off the helmet for no good reason. Risk of igniting a dusty atmosphere. Irresponsible spreading of DNA. Compared to this, the damage of an already extinct ecosystem is basically a negligible issue.
Security procedures exist for humans. The rule of integrity is for the sake of everything alien to us.
Ważne,
We shouldn't
nieważne.
place one above the other.
What are you saying, Yasna? The mission and the safety of our people have the highest priority. Always.
Always? Are we really that self-righteous?
Of course, Doctor. We must be the most important to ourselves. And they must be the most important to themselves. Whoever they will.
Excuse my interruption, sir. Can you please confirm that I'm on the correct route?
Aż sprawdzę
Yes,
sam.
confirm. This rate will reach the camp within an hour. So, continuing. In the end, the strongest will
No to chyba nie jest dobra
Isn't that
trasa.
how evolution works?
Not in a biological
Ale dobra,
sense,
idziemy.
Instigator.
Jolo.
Besides, I'm not convinced.
Raz się żyje w tym
They would
kosmosie.
act alien to us just because we can.
Doctor, interference is at the heart of human nature. Man would still be a monkey if he'd only looked at trees instead of cutting them down.
This route may be faster, but it's not the easiest. Anyway,
Trochę parkour.
back to our conversation. I can't argue with that.
Woda. Wodiczka. No, to byśmy pewnie wyszli z tamtej drogi. No, tak by było. A poszliśmy sobie skrótem. Zaoszczędziliśmy ile? 5 minut? 10?
What is this? Astrogator, I found a peculiar inorganic structure. It looks like some
Metalowe kwiaty.
spiky metal growths.
Znowu.
Artificial plants? Is spontaneous growth possible with this type of structure?
I've never seen anything like this. I wish I had time to run some tests.
When the situation is stabilized, we will take samples. I promise.
Tylko jak tu pobrać próbki z tego? Obcinaczkami? O, chyba mdlejemy. Ole fozo.
I feel nauseous. Suddenly.
Been on the surface just under half an hour.
That's not it. I feel darkness.
Darkness. Teraz się wykoprytniemy pewnie. Albo nie? Nie puściło, mogę iść. Ale do góry nie poleciała. A to i coś się przypominało. Ale za ma tą gałązkę. Czysto?
Are you there? Over. I
No,
guess that's enough.
bez odbioru. Nie ma zasięgu.
I'm back.
Is everything all right?
Yes, all good. They're already in the infirmary on life support. You found them in time.
How about their reactions? Have they regained consciousness? I mean, maybe one of them said something.
Unfortunately, they're still unresponsive. I'll let you know if anything changes. I'm doing an EET on them right now.
Zero kontaktu z nimi.
I confirm, Gorski was here. His rope is still hanging from the slope.
That's a good sign. Since he left it, he intends to come back this way.
But why hasn't he yet?
Pewnie umarł. A tu co? Intrygujący obszar.
Guess I
Metale
know where
jakieś.
Gorski was going.
Metal nie wykrywa. To schodzimy na dół, po lince.
Going down after him. Tell me one more thing. When it comes to Marit, are you going to use a grave tapper?
Yes, I'm considering that as a possibility.
Obkiwacz grobów?
And what is your opinion?
Co to jest?
We look into her brain?
A, to zagląda do jej mózgu? I co, zajrzeć czy nie zajrzeć? Może zajrzeć, żeby się dowiedzieć co tam było.
The more we know, the better chance we have to help others.
O! Ale była gleba.
One sec.
Wisimy.
Oh, I'm at the end of the rope.
Isn't that good?
Not at all.
What do you mean?
I'm stuck. I'm hanging with all my weight on the rope, away from the wall. There's still a fair few meters left to the ground.
No i co, skok wiar będziemy robić?
Can you go back?
Using just my hands, strapped with all this extra weight? No, not a chance.
What if you sway?
Czy się rozbuja? Chyba też nie bardzo.
No good.
Nie sięga do
I
ściany.
can't reach anything.
Any other ideas?
Osa? Nie weźmie nas osa na barana.
I can just jump off.
Is that safe?
Bezpieczne chyba nie.
A substantial fall on unsteady ground. This is hardly a maneuver that I would describe as safe.
So let's take a moment to analyze the situation.
I'm thinking if Gorski went down this way and didn't break anything.
Yeah, we don't know that, Jasna. He could keep going even with injuries.
No racja. Lecimy.
Okay, this is a waste of time. You only die once. Here we go.
Raz kozie śmierć. Odpinaj. I znowu do góry nie poleciała.
What's happening? Did you fall?
I jumped.
Status, please. Can you walk?
Yes. No fractures.
Please stop for a moment. Make sure you're all right.
No, nie
there's
połamana,
no need
to
for a delay.
można działać dalej.
Dr. Gorski is waiting.
Ślady są. On też musiał przeżyć.
We had our last contact with Regis a few minutes after noon. Even then, Dr. Gorski was walking alone. Communications blew up shortly before he got here. He didn't take a tent. Anyway, what's the idea of doing it alone?
This place is amazing. It's all made up of these structures. Except they don't look like creations of nature anymore.
Maybe that's why Dr. Gorski, not to mention the Alliance.
Well, if we're looking for something on
Może
this
są
planet,
twory obcych.
this could be it. These structures form entire multi-story complexes. They look like a city.
Are you saying that...
No. There's no point in jumping to conclusions yet. Oh shit, they're telling me to glass cracked.
I wouldn't
O,
worry. What matters is that you're fine.
pęknięte szkiełko.
Anyway, Dr. Gorski set up the flags.
So, he kept going, despite the lack of communication with the rest.
You'd have to see it with your own eyes, sir. This place. Gorski may have lost himself in his discovery.
Are you joking, Doctor? Lost himself? Gorski? He may not have respect for the unknown, but he has his feet firmly on the ground.
I think he must have discovered something. And since he suffers from excessive ambition, he's capable of stupid acts in the name of a breakthrough.
Może tak być, że go poniosło.
Well, I admit, that sounds more like him. You must trace his steps, Doctor.
I'm working on it.
Jeszcze do góry coś było widać. Co to, jakieś plastry miodu?
The height of the entire complex is over 100 meters.
O, faktycznie, plaster miodu.
Even 150.
And all made of this metal.
To a significant degree. Is something were to live here,
Yes?
it would have to be very small. Like insects. On the other hand, there's no flora around to support such organisms.
Mówię, pszczoła bez czoła.
Left or right?
Tu zablokowana. Szczelina. No chyba przez szczelinę, no bo tutaj się inaczej nie da przejść.
I can't even see the bottom.
The structures go that deep.
Yes. I dread to think.
Dobra, idziemy przez szczelinę.
What if Dr. Gorski fell down there?
On chyba tam leży.
I took that into account when calibrating the probe. It will examine the bottom.
Nie, to nie to.
If I find him.
Przyciskamy się.
All right. I'll squeeze through the passage.
2 more hours.
Huh?
That's all Gorski has left of oxygen, at best.
And at worst?
O, mogło mu
Just
tlenu
finishing it
braknąć.
up. though it all depends on his activity.
Może oddychać atmosferą, czy nie? Skoro oni palili fajki, to chyba... Oj, stukałem mikrofon z ruki. Chyba może.
If I remember correctly, the atmosphere here is breathable.
Basically, yes. Dr. Krauter, however, warned that the methane content...
I know. But the effects won't be immediate. That gives us a few extra hours. These constructions don't have a clear division into functions. They're huge, complicated, and uniform at the same time.
Do you have any idea where all this could have come from? I'm aware without tests you can't do much. But let's say on first inspection.
Może to ruiny właśnie cywilizacji.
If metamorphism and other natural factors are to be excluded, there is only one conclusion. Someone or something must have put them here.
But who? The Alliance? Because you don't need to say...
Oh, I do. I suspect the surface of Regis 3 was once inhabited.
Fragment maszyny?
I can't tell if any of this could be part of the machine. Really wish we found Gorski already.
O, radar działa. Wykrywacz.
No point in going back this way.
Jest osa.
I see the probe. Has it found anything interesting?
The thermal scan lights up at your position. Other than that, it's one big ruin. Everything's cold,
Ruina.
and very, very old.
Dobra, ale lecimy dalej.
How's the terrain? Those structures, are they still everywhere?
Yep. Wherever I look, there's metal. It's a bit like Pando.
Pando?
What? No idea what you're talking about, Doctor.
A colony of populous tremoloids.
To pola osikowa,
American aspen.
ale zasięg
The
słabnie.
new trees grow not from seeds, but from rootsuckers of old trees. As a result, it's one giant organism, thousands of years old.
So you're in a dead metal forest?
That does sound bizarre. Though maybe.
W sumie może to być wymarły metalowy las. Coś tu leży chyba przy tej fladze.
I found some abandoned items.
A, rzeczy doktora.
What do you have there, Jasna?
A telemeter and opened food rations. So he couldn't have gone far.
Why would he leave his equipment behind?
Well, maybe he planned to come back soon.
To może weźmiemy, jak będzie działało.
At least his device is in working order.
The telemeter? Oh, right. Yours is broken.
I think I'll borrow it.
Go ahead, Doctor. It's issued equipment, so I wouldn't even call it borrowing.
I can see the relay up close. Looks broken.
Może po burzy.
Such damage could be caused by a local meteorological phenomenon. A severe thunderstorm with litho and electrometeors.
So, the weather is to blame for all this?
Well, I can't think of a better explanation at the moment.
No. No tak może być. Może przez pogodę. A się zamieniła, to zamieniła. A to jest... To będzie co? To będzie ten mój?
Nah, actually it's fine. I'm already used to the cracked one.
Nie no to... Ale nie mogę teraz zamienić? Nie no lipa. Myślę, że będę mógł sobie wymieniać. Dupa zrąbałem. Dobra, ale myślę, że tutaj zakończymy ten odcinek. Także zachęcam do subskrypcji, komentowania, lajkowania, wpadania na Instagrama, TikToka, Twitcha i na live'y. No i na inne materiały zapraszam na kanale, na inne filmy. No i co, to było na tyle. Do następnego. Bajo, pa!